students, in this video we'll see about assessment of individual for the assessment year 2019-20. After computation of all the 5 heads of income and aggregation, setting off and carry forwards and making all the relevant deductions from the income of the assessee, we will now compute the tax liability of the assessee. This is relating to the assessment of individual for the assessment year 2019-2020. We'll see the steps for computation of tax liability. Step 1 is to find out the income under 5 heads. The income under 5 heads already we have seen: salaries, house property, income from business and profession, capital gains, and income from other sources. Second step is to apply clubbing provisions of section 60 to 64 to compute total income of the individual. After computing the clubbing provisions, next third step is to set off the losses permissible under the clubbing of income. After the setting off, we have to carry forward the losses permissible. Finally, the step 5, the sum total of all the above steps from 1 to 4 is called gross total income. Total income is gross total income minus deduction under section 80C to 80U. Step 7 is compute on total income as prescribed rates of tax. Deduct rebate under section 87A from tax on total income to find the net tax. This rebate on under section 87A of the income tax law, a rebate is allowed under section 87A of the income tax law for the taxpayers who are having the total income up to 3.5 lakh. A rebate of 2,500 is allowed against the income tax payable. In case where the tax payable is less than 2,500, the rebate is limited to tax payable. That we will see in detail during the problems. The next one is after deducting the rebate under section 87A, you add the health and education cess of 4% on the tax. Finally, allow relief under section 89. This section 89, again from the section 89, you can save in case if you have any additional burden of tax due to the delay in receiving income. From that you can save the tax. If you have received any portion of your salary in the arrears or in advance, or you have received the family pension in arrears, you are allowed to some relief under section 89 subsection 1 along with rule 21A. And finally, deduct the TDS, advance payment or the relevant assessment year and double taxation relief under section 90, 90A or 91. The balance is the net tax payable, which will be rounded off to the nearest 10 rupees and must be paid as self-assessment tax before submitting the return of income. Now let us see the tax slab rates. Already we have seen in agricultural income. Again, I'll repeat this. Income tax slabs and rates for individual taxpayers who are less than 60 years age. Assessment for the assessment year 2019-2020. For up to 2,50,000 income, the tax rate is nil. From 2,50,000 1 to 5 lakhs, 5% of total income exceeding rupees 2,50,000. And from 5 lakh 1 to 10 lakhs, 12,500 plus 20% of total income exceeding 5 lakh. Then Above 10 lakhs, it is 1,12,500 plus 30% of total income exceeding 10 lakhs. Already I told you how it has to be calculated. Again, like here if you see 2,50,001 to 5 lakh, it is 5 lakh minus 2,50,000, it is 2,50,000. In this 2,50,000 you should calculate 5%. That gives you 12,500. That is the tax rate, tax amount for the slab of 2,50,001 to 5,000. Again here from 5 lakh 1 to 10 lakh, you get this 12,500 is for from 2,50,001 to 5 lakh, which we might have already computed. Along with that, you have to add 20% of total income, which is exceeding 5 lakhs. That is from 10 lakh minus 5 lakh is 5 lakh. 5 lakh into 20% is 1 lakh. So you have 1,25,000 is the amount for the tax slab of 5 lakh 1 to 10 lakh. And for above 10 lakhs, 1,12,500 plus 30% of total income exceeding 10 lakh. Along with this, an additional 4% health and education cess will be applicable on the tax amount calculated as above. Next, we'll see the tax slab rates for individual taxpayers and Hindu undivided family who are more than 60 years but less than 80 years old. For the assessment year 2019-20, for the individual it was 2,50,000. Here, the income up to 3 lakh is exempt. No tax till 3 lakh rupees. From income from 3 lakh to 5 lakh, it is 5%. Income from 5 lakh to 10 lakh, it is 20%. And income more than 10 lakhs is 30%. This is similar to the individual, but the income at the beginning point, there is a extra of 50%, to 50,000 rupees extra is exempt for the person who is 60 years but less than 80 years old. Here also we have an additional 4% health and education cess on the tax amount calculated. Next is income tax slabs for super senior citizens, that is 80 years old or more, for the assessment year 2019-20. Here income up to 5 lakh, there is no tax. Income from 5 lakh to 10 lakh, it is 20%, and income from more than 10 lakh is 30%. An addition of 4% health and education cess will be applicable on the tax amount calculated as above. So for the individual, if he is less than 60 years up to 2,50,000, there is no tax. For the person who is above 60 years but less than 80 years, income up to 3 lakhs is not taxable. And for the person who is above 80 years of old, for him income up to 5 lakhs is not taxable. All others are similar in the same way for all the 3 categories of persons. The key highlights here is no tax for individuals for less than 2,50,000. 0 to 5% tax will be in for the income of 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh for different age groups. 20% tax with income 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. 30% tax with income above 10 lakhs. A tax rebate under section 87A is allowed to individual taxpayers. A maximum amount of 2,500 for the total income up to 3.5 lakh for financial year 2018-19, and 12,500 for the total amount income up to 5 lakh for the financial year 19-20. Investment up to 1.5 lakhs and ATC can save 46,800 in the taxes. Now let us see the problems. Mr. Abhinav, lecturer in the college in Coimbatore, furnishes the following particulars. Compute his total income for the assessment year 2019-20. Here the salary is given 3,500 per month, 42,000. Wardenship allowance rupees 200 per month, 2,400. Examineship remuneration 5,400. Royalty from books. Winning from card games in club. Winning from state lotteries and expenditure on purchase of lottery tickets. All these are given. Here we'll just see what is the salary income first of Mr. Abhinav. So salary income is 42,000. First write computation of total income for assessment year 2019-20. Salary income is 42,000 and wardenship allowance 200 per month, that is 200 into 12 is 2,400. 2,400. Total it is 44,000. Here salary income is given, so we have to make a standard deduction under section 16 subsection A 40,000. So 44,000 minus 40,000 is 4,400. 44,400 minus 40,000 is 4,400. Salary computed is not given. Salary is given along with salary, wardenship allowance, everything is given. So for that reason we have to deduct the standard deduction of 40,000. For the year 2019-20, for the assessment year 19-20, the standard deduction is 40,000 for the salaries. That has to be deducted. Apart from this, Mr. Abhinav has got other income from other sources. Examination remuneration is 5,400, royalty 18,000, card games winning 6,400 and lottery 20,000. All these are the incomes from other sources. 49,800. It comes to 49,800. If you add up with the salary income of 4,400, the income from other sources, you get 54,200. This is the gross total income. No deductions are given. You will not take expenditure on purchase of lottery tickets into consideration, because we have seen already in the income from other sources chapter that expenses should not be deducted from the winnings in case of casual income. Problem number 2. Mr. Karthik informs you that his total income computed under the Income Tax Act is rupees 3,60,000. Calculate his tax liability for the assessment year 2019-2020. Here, in case of Mr. Karthik, up to 2,50,000, the income is nil. The taxable income is nil. Balance 3,60,000 minus 2,50,000 is 1,10,000. For the balance of 1,10,000, 5% of taxes calculated. So 5 into 5% gives you 5,500. Along with this, you have to add health and education cess. So 5,500 into 4% is 220. So the total tax payable is 5,500 plus 220, that is 5,720. Next is problem number 3. Compute the tax liability of Mr. Ranjit for the assessment year 2019-20 if his total income is 1,64,371. Here the total income is 1,64,371, but we can claim to the extent of claim exemption till the extent of 2,50,000. So here, as the taxable income is less than the 2,50,000, no taxes payable. Here there is no tax because his income is less than 2,50,000. Next, total income of Mr. Madan is rupees 7,16,000. He is a senior citizen. Compute the tax liability. So here Madan is a senior citizen. For the senior citizen, we have already seen up to 3 lakhs there is no tax. From 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs it is 5%. and from 5 lakh to 10 lakhs it is 20%, and from 10 lakh onwards it is 30%. So up to 3 lakhs nil. For the next 2 lakhs, so here next to 2 lakhs, 5% of 2 lakhs is 10,000. Then balance is 5 lakhs is over. 7 lakhs 16,000 minus 5 lakhs is 2 lakhs 16,000. For the balance of 2 lakhs 60,000, he has to pay the tax of 20%. So here 20% of 2 lakhs 16,000 gives you 43,200. So the total tax payable is 10,000 plus 43,200, that is 53,200. Along with that we have to add health and education cess at 4%. So 53,200 into 4% gives you 2,128. 53,200 plus 2,128 is 55,328. Problem number 5. Determine the total income and tax thereon based on the following particulars. Gross total income is given as 2,60,000. It includes long-term capital gain on sale of unlisted shares. Then long-term capital gain is 80,000. 80D mediclaim insurance is 6,000. 80G donation 100% deductible 74,000, and deduction under section 80C2 savings is 10,500. Here the gross total income is 2,60,000, and we have to see the deductions. Here mediclaim, you have got the mediclaim insurance 80D. 80D is 6,000. Then 80G is given 100% deductible 74,000. 80D, 80G and 80C is given. 80C is 10,500. For this 80C you can claim till the extent of 1,50,000. You have got only 10,500. So total amount you can write 10,500. Same way for 80D, 25,000 you can claim the deduction, but you have got only 6,000. So whichever is less can be taken into consideration, 25,000 or 6,000. So 6,000 we have taken here. Donation 80G 100% deductible is given. So here 74,000 as it is you can take. So right from the gross total income you deduct all the deductions. You get the total income of 1,69,500. 1,69,500. Now let us calculate the tax liability as they have asked you to compute the tax. Your long-term capital gain is 80,000. Unavailed basic limit is 1,69,500. So 80,000 minus 1,69,500, it is nil. Again you can see that total balance amount is 1,69,500 minus 80,000. Here 80,000 is 1,69,000 minus 80,000 is 89,500. So you can't claim the exemption, but as it is less than 2,50,000. As the income is less than 2,50,000, no exemption can be claimed. So his tax liability is nil. Problem number 6. Calculate the tax liability of Mrs. Seema, age below 60 years, from the particulars given below. Income from salary is 3 lakhs. Income from house property is rupees 74,000, and income from other sources is rupees 1,50,000. Donation to NDF rupees 8,000. So salaries is 3 lakhs. House property 74,000. Income from other sources is 1,50,000. This gives you a gross total income of 5,24,000. From this you have to make the deductions. Donation under donation of NDF, National Defense Fund, is 8,000. It is 100% deductible under 80G, which we have already seen in deductions chapter. So 100% deductions, 5,24,000 minus 8,000 will give you 5,16,000. This is the total income. They've also asked you to calculate the tax liability of Ms. Seema. So here up to 2,50,000, the tax amount is nil. From her total income is 5,16,000. So she comes into the bracket of 2,50,000 to 5 lakh as well. So 2,50,000 into 5% is 12,500. 12,500. Then from 5 lakh 16,000 you deduct 5 lakhs, that gives you 16,000. 16,000 into 20% is 3,200. So the total tax is 12,500 plus 3,200, that is 15,700. Along with this, you add the health and education cess, 15,700 into 4%, that gives you 628. The total tax payable is 15,700 plus 628, that is 16,328. Problem number 7. Calculate the net tax amount from the following details of the assessee for the assessment year 2019-20. Income from salary computed 2,75,000. Income from house property is also computed. We are given the computed amount of 40,000. Income from long term capital gains is 15,000, and income from other sources including savings bank interest is 4,000, that is 15,000. So first we will add all the total items which leads to gross total income: 2,75,000, 40,000, 15,000 and 15,000. Here you are given interest including savings bank interest as 4,000. Savings bank's interest is 4,000. It includes interest. Income from other sources is 15,000, but here interest amount 4,000 comes under a section TTA 80 TTA for saving bank interest, where you can claim the deduction. So minus 4,000, which gives you a net taxable income of 3,06,000. Again, if we see here, tax on long-term capital gain is 15,000. 20% of long-term capital gain tax can be availed. So 15,000 into 20% is 3,000. Other income is 3,06,000 minus 15,000, that is 2,91,000. Up to 2,50,000 no tax, but for 2,50,000 no tax. So 2,91,000 minus 2,50,000 is 41,000. For this 41,000 you can claim, you have to pay the tax to the extent of 5%. So 41,000 into 5% is 2,050. So the tax payable is 5,050. In case if the income here, we can see that this person can claim the rebate under section 87A. Already I told a rebate is allowed under 87A for the income tax law for the taxpayers who are having total income up to 3.5 lakhs. Under 3.5 lakh income, the rebate of 2,500 is allowed against the income tax payable. So here the income is 3,06,000 only. So he can claim the rebate of 2,500. So tax payable is 5,050. From this you deduct 2,500, which gives a tax liability of 2,450. And from this you add the health and education cess at 4%. It is 2,450 into 4%, that gives you 998. If you add up 2,458 plus 98, you get 2,548. If it is rounded off, you get 2,550. This is the net tax payable of the assessee. Problem number 8. Compute tax liability of Mr. X for the details given below. Income from salary computed 1 lakh. Income from house property let out not computed 15,000. Short-term capital gain 5,000. Long-term capital gain 10,000. Income from other sources 60,000. Total deduction under chapter 6A except 80G is 20,000, and donation to local authority for family planning is 27,000. I've asked you to compute the tax liability. If you see the problem, income from salary is given, computed is given. So we need from this amount, from the computed, we need not deduct the standard deductions. We can take as it is. All right, computation of tax liability. Salary computed is 1 lakh. Next one is income from house property let out. It's not computed. In case if not computed is given, we have to deduct the standard deductions for house property. A house under house property, nothing else is given. No GAV or no amount of annual rental value or municipal tax is given. So here you see here GAV, ARR, everything is equal 15,000 and no municipal tax nil. So NAV is 15,000. The same amount is the NAV. From this, you have to deduct the standard deduction of 30%. So 15,000 into 30% is 4,500. So 15,000 minus 4,500 is 10,500. This is the income which is received from house property. Next one is short-term capital gain 5,000 and long-term capital gain 10,000. Here short-term capital gain will take it in the inner column, but long-term capital gain will take it in outer column, because here we are given one item called donation to local authority for family planning. For this we have to calculate the adjusted gross adjusted income. So in that case, for adjusted total income we have to calculate. So for that we will not take long term capital gain into consideration. We have seen, I have already told you in section 80G of donations chapter. So we have taken it in the outside column. So here standard deduction, after standard deductions and long term capital gain, we have short term capital gain we have written in the inner column of 5,000, and long term capital gain we have taken it in the outer column. And next one, income from other sources is 60,000. So 60,000 is the income from other sources. So here if you add up all these things, you get the gross total income without long term capital gain is 1,75,500. From this 1,75,500, you have to deduct the deductions under say for chapter 6a except ATG. For except ATG, 20,000 is the deduction which is given. So here you have to make the deductions 20,000. If you deduct this, you get the adjusted total income of 1,55,500. Now we will compute the amount for donations, because donation to local authority for family planning is restricted donation, and it is restricted donation with 100% limits. In case of computing this donations under 100% limit, we have to find we have the provisions like actual donation minus actual donation or 10% of adjusted gross total income, whichever is less. So that is what we have done here. Actual donation is 27,000 and or 10% of adjusted gross total income. Adjusted gross total income is gross total income minus long term capital gain minus deduction under chapter 6 except ATG. This is what we have calculated here. We have seen, we have just taken long term capital gain outside. The same way we have deducted the deduction under chapter 6 except ATG. Here we have made the deduction. So we got the adjusted gross total income. So here 10% of this gross total income 1,55,500 is 15,550. Here if you see actual donation or adjusted gross total income, whichever is less. Here 15,550 is less than 27,000. So your qualifying amount is 15,550. Allowable deduction is 100% limit. So 15,550 into 100% is 15,550. From the gross total income, adjusted gross total income, if you deduct the donation, donation of 15,550, you get 1,39,950. This is the adjusted income. Along with this, if you add 10,000, you get the taxable income of 1,49,950. With this, we have computed the taxable income. Now we will compute the tax liability. For computation of tax liability, long-term capital gain, 20% of long-term capital gain can be availed as exemption. So here long-term capital gain minus unveiled basic exemption limit into 20%. 10,000 is the amount. See, 10,000 is the amount of long-term capital gain minus 1,49,000. This is taxable amount. The income is 1,49,950. That is what we have given here, 1,49,950 into 20%. So here it comes to 1,39,000. Again, it is less than the taxable limit. On basis of total income, 1,39,950. That is 1,49,950 minus 10,000 is 1,39,950, which is less than the basic exemption limit of 2,50,000. So the tax payable is nil. So that's this is the end of the unit 5 of income tax. Refer to more problems from the books given, which are your textbooks for the prescribed textbooks of the University. Refer to the Commerce Corner